I was not completely happy for my future combinatorics work that I plan with using Kenneth Rosen's monster discrete math book, even though it is a fantastic book, and I also have the exercise manual. I've already made a video about this book, but I really wanted to find me a book that was like Rosen's book, but it was more on the combinatorics angle. I mean, these books are slightly different. So in this video, I'm going to show Grimaldi's book, but I'm always going to reference back to Rosen. I'm going to do a twofer instead of making yet another video in which I compare the two. I'm just going to, get it done in this video. All right. So yes, I think the likeliest subject that I will do when I'm done satisfied with abstract algebra, which looks like it's going to be in a fairly long time from now, I think. But still, I'm a planner, so I like to plan. I think it's going to be combinatorics, and I want to start with something that's basic because I do know, as my son always says, that I suck at combinatorics. So this is Grimaldi's book. Comes in a soft cover. Of course, this is not going to be a commute book, so we shall see what I do with it. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to use this book in my current setup. It'll probably be a book that I do later when I'm no longer needing to commute and or retired. But anyways, be that as it may, I'll leave these pages go through these pages slowly as I always do, so you can pause them and read them. Now the book is pretty big, so I think if I zoom in, you can actually stop it and then read the text. Yeah, let's do that because the font otherwise on your screen is going to be pretty small. Yeah, so it's got a lot of material. Let me go through the table of contents. Yeah, these books are made by teams, hundreds of people checking everything. That's great. So it's got counting, logic, set theory, mathematical induction, relations, finite state machines, more relations, then inclusion, exclusion, standard discrete math stuff, generating functions, recurrence relations, then a good chunk of graph theory, 511 to 671, so it's about 150 pages, actually exactly, of graph theory. And this is an important number because I'm going to compare it to Rosen. One of the big things that I wanted to get in this intro book was counting. Yeah, counting definitely. And then, yeah, so my big things are counting, inclusion, exclusion, and then a bunch of graph theory with trees, optimization, and then this part, modern applied algebra. This is very important for me, and the reason why this book is better for what I want to do. Following it, doing it after abstract algebra, actually it would have been a great book to do before abstract algebra, but I just wanted to do abstract algebra. So rings, Boolean algebra, groups, some applications. I see the RSA crypto system in there, and then finite fields. And it's got answers in the back. It does have answers in the back, as any one of these books would have. And of course, I'm sure it's excellently edited. I saw lots of examples. Lots and lots of examples. Not heavy on the proofs, but at this level, at this beginning level, I'm not really that interested in that. I just want to get into, can I calculate things correctly? And I love calculating, so I think this type of book would make me very happy the way that Anton linear algebra did. So I didn't count how many problems there are, but I'm sure when you add them all up, it's probably close to 2,000 problems. And that's a really good number. It's got a little bit of a pseudocode, which discrete math books tend to have. And so I'm sure it's the kind of book that you would complement with a little Python. I would do that as well, for sure. Yeah. It's got a little bit of historical review, common for these types of books. So yeah, this is the book that I was looking for. And I didn't really, I was still thinking about, what would follow up abstract algebra naturally for my coverage of the entire undergraduate curriculum. And I think this book would be it. It's a little more basic than some other combinatorics books that I have. And that is what I like about it, because I think in my case, again, everybody's different. In my case, I am going to need to start from the bottom. And of course, after combinatorics, a probability book would be best. But I'm getting too far ahead of myself because I'm still just getting started really into abstract algebra. So I don't want to project too far into the future in my planning these days, because I do enjoy spending a year and a half on the big subjects, as I did in analysis and number theory and linear algebra. Yeah, so that is Grimaldi. Now I also got the solutions manual, and these days this is very important for me. I'm really glad that I was able to find this, and when I get around to this book, definitely, just as I'm doing with Gaudian right now, I will be using this book. So that's wonderful. Solutions manual. And then how about we compare briefly the Rosen's behemoth to Grimaldi's almost behemoth, the table of contents. Okay, so I'm going to set them up next to each other, and let's see if this works, because it's two gigantic books right next to each other. It's a shame that they're so big. I wish these books were published in volume 1, volume 2, because then I could carry them if I'm still commuting by the time that I get around to these. But yeah, the Rosen book, I believe it's a more computer science angle book. So people from computer science will come to discrete mathematics and take this course. It seems to me that this book, the Grimaldi book, is more like people from applied mathematics will come at it. I do not know that for a fact, but that's what it seems like. It's got some algorithms and cryptography in the case of Rosen. It does do your basic proofs, but then again, Grimaldi does it too. I just really like the way that he starts with counting, and it's got combinatorics in the title. Okay, so if we flip over, I'm going to be doing this dance between the two books to latter parts of the table of content. Yeah, relations and functions. There is counting in Rosen. There is induction and recursion in Rosen. Some probability. Advanced counting techniques. So there you go. Maybe I'll have to use, there's inclusion, exclusion. Maybe it'll be that I'll do Grimaldi, but also reference Rosen a lot, maybe for the problems as well. Relations. And of course, Grimaldi has recurrence relations in generating functions. Now, the part that I see where I think Grimaldi has more content, I'm just going by number of pages, folks. This is not terribly scientific, is in the case of Grimaldi, he's got 150 pages of graph theory and applications. In the case of Rosen, he's got, 160. So yeah, they're comparable, definitely comparable. I mean, the titling is different and the way the chapters are arranged is different, but it looks to be basically the same content. So yeah, I think these books are more comparable than I thought they were, except for this part. This is the part that I think distinguishes Grimaldi from Rosen that I like, and it would make it my first book in combinatorics, and then I would use Rosen as a reference. Even though, frankly, both books are fine. Yeah, I think what makes Grimaldi is right here.